So far, I have expanded my drafts into 5 drafts of my poem. I have changed around the framework of my poem, as well as I put a title to it. My topic and images, my topic stayed pretty steady. I did expand it more from the first draft to the 5th draft. I changed the poem to be in italics, so it's my thoughts and my what's going on in my head. Like, it's like I'm speaking through the poem. I kept my metaphors in my poem in the beginning. At the end, I did a few questions toward the sky, and I added in a "Hey sky" before it, so it's like, "Hey sky, where'd you get those purple clouds?" and so on. I expanded more on some of the lines as well. I added in more verbs and had to defamiliarize a few things. I wanted to make it so everyone knows what I mean on what I'm saying, instead of having it be more bland and more of a cliche, I guess. I do need to work on putting together my video and making the images flow with the poem. I don't think I want to put the images up that match exactly what I'm saying, but I do want the images to flow in a certain way, and maybe mix in the sky and the trees and the flowers instead of just the sky, or either or. So I definitely want to mix up my images and maybe put a few effects on them, maybe so they move across the screen or show up in a different way each time. I also would like to speak my poem instead of putting it in words or having it come across the screen. And I believe I want to try to find a instrumental soundtrack to put in the background of my poem, because some of the it's called Lo-fi hip hop on YouTube, and they have some really nice instrumental music that I usually study to, but I started practicing my poem, reading it to the music, and it just flows very well, and it doesn't have words, so it wouldn't be very distracting, and I would play it low. My topic, I settled on it because it's one of the things I'm most passionate about, and nature. I'm very passionate about nature, and I can, poetry, I wanted to be able to connect to the topic, so it would be much easier to expand and, use the metaphors and similes and tools we've learned to make a better poem, rather than something that I really am not that interested about. So I've pretty much stayed with the same topic since the beginning. I added a title, "Between Green, Among the Trees, We Breathe Magic Air," which pretty much sums up my poem. It's just between green, between the forest. Within the forest, among the trees, it's a magical place, and it's a different place, and it's where I feel safe, and it's taught me a lot. And I was, so I like the topic. And what parts need work? I would say I just need to go through and make sure that it flows correctly, and that everything is defamiliarizing, and that nothing is left bland or up to someone else's interpretation. That's one thing. Another thing I need to work on is the video. but I'm actually looking forward to the video. One challenge is just expanding on my drafts and creating everything to be defamiliarizing and concrete, and just allowing my poem to flow the way I would like it to flow and not seem like it's changing pattern too much, because I did change it up a little bit in its flow, but I think that it allows the end part to be different than the middle, than the beginning. It's all a little bit different, and it starts with, are we alone? And then the middle part is saying, unfurl, and how will I unfurl and let go, and in the end it's just saying, hey sky, where'd you get this beauty? And this is where I feel at peace. So I'm happy with my poem, and I think the video is going to be really exciting to edit the pictures and use all the pictures I take on a regular basis, actually in a project for school. And finding the music is also important, because I don't want to just pick, something that's not going to match it perfectly. And if it doesn't, then I think it would be better off with no music and to just say my poem. But either way, I'm excited about this project, and I'm looking forward to making the video.